Good morning, vets. How you guys doing today? So in today's video, I want to answer a couple questions that were left behind um, in the comment section. But let me start with this first. I'm someone who tries to help people either inform them about things or tell you about benefits that you may not have known about. But I'm not interested in doing direct messages. So if you have a general question, please leave your question below, your general question. But if it's something specific about your particular claim, I'm not the person here to help you. You know, I tried to do that before with my old channel, and the problem would be is someone would try to pit what I say versus what they were told by either a counselor or they were told by someone who works in the compensation department. And that's never a good thing because you're trying to use one person against the other. So if it's something in general, I don't mind trying to answer that. But as far as going to direct message so you can just speak to me personally, no, I'm not interested in that. Other than that, there's going to be a change with my situation here in Colombia. I will be leaving next week. And the reason why I'm leaving is tenfold. There's a few things that are going on now that I need to take care of. For one, I've had a CMP exam I needed to get done since August. And because of COVID and the current situation here in Colombia, the way that we have restrictions and trying to get things done, it's been damn near impossible to even schedule anything. So that's one. The other is I have been waiting on a brace here in Colombia since the middle of October. And here we are about to roll into January. Now this is something that would have taken maybe 2 weeks in the States to get done. And it's been over 2.5 months. And it still hasn't been done, and don't know if it ever would have been done. So when it comes to the services here, which I like the services here, but they're still a developing country. So there are certain things that you can get in the US easily that here is still a little bit of a challenge. So you should know that if you plan on coming here and using HCA, which is the third-party service, you know, as far as the rest of it goes, as far as getting medication, as far as, you know, getting appointments, all that stuff is all well and fine. But you're going to run into situations where you may need a specialty item and they just won't be able to get it, which is what I'm running into now. The other reason is, obviously, if you've been keeping up with the world news, the national lockdowns that are occurring in all these different countries. So, you know, with the strand that they found in Europe that they've been talking about, that they've known about since September, obviously locking down the country now when there's been out since September. I mean, these countries got to do what they got to do, but to think that it's not already circulated since they've known since September, or it's probably been out even before then, and there's probably other countries that are having similar issues. There's a national lockdown coming. Europe has already started. Some of these other countries have already started. We've started a picocellular here. And from the experience that I had earlier this year of what a lockdown is like here in Colombia, I'm choosing not to go through that again. So I'm going to go back to the States. I'm going back to Arizona to start with this first month. But Arizona, you know, Phoenix has ran its course for me. That's not somewhere I look at permanently staying. I'm not even sure I'm going to stay there a month. I really like the services that I got in California. I think that's somewhere I'm probably going to go back to sign back up to the VA services in California, which means I'm either going to move to Mexico, but hopefully they don't get locked down in Mexico, or I may just move to San Diego and figure something out there with San Diego, or I may go back to Yuma or stay in either Los Algodones or San Luis, or I'm not sure. But I know probably this first week that I get back, maybe 2 weeks, I'll probably spend it in Phoenix. And then after that, I got to make a decision on what I want to do. And then I'll move forward from there. But I cannot do another lockdown here, man. That was one of the most miserable times I've ever had, was that lockdown situation here. At least in the U.S., you know, you can still get in your vehicle and drive somewhere just to get fresh air to get out. Here, no, you couldn't do any of that. So I know it's coming. They've already given indications that it's coming, you know, with the hospitals being back on red alert, being at 87% capacity. Here, at least where I am in Medellin, I can't speak for the rest of the country. And the fact that the areas that I go in and I see people walking around all the time with no mask, no nothing, they just treat it like it's a normal day. I fully expect this country to go back on some type of lockdown. So that's something I don't want to go back through again. So with that being said, I'm just probably going to spend the next couple of months trying to figure out my next move. But I will tell you guys this, who are veterans. If you want your full benefits, you have to be in the U.S. to receive your full benefits. There's no way around it. Being in Mexico, you know, depending on what I'm told as far as how much actual time you have to spend in the U.S., which is why I keep talking about Mexico being a hidden gem. You're that close to U.S. territories, especially those of you that want to be, you know, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, areas that are right on the border of Mexico. You know, that's a situation that you have to seriously consider if you want to be outside the U.S., but then still get all the benefits from the U.S., because that's how I'm looking at it right now. You know, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, I would rather be in Mexico because I know my money will go farther in Mexico, but I still want all the benefits I'm entitled to from the U.S. So that's where that conundrum come in, and Mexico would be the best option unless you're talking about going to U.S. territories. Like if you go to Puerto Rico, you know, you still would have quick access to like the DR and some of the other islands in the Caribbean. But with that situation, with all the storms and stuff that roll through every year that you got to worry about and evacuations, I just, you know, I'm not looking forward to that type of life, which is why Florida, where I really wanted to go to because of the proximity to a lot of countries I like to visit, with all the storms and things that come through with Florida, because I would only want to be in the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. I wouldn't really look for anywhere else in Florida. I wouldn't care. But you know, those are things I got to take this next year going into and really evaluate what I want to do. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about, to let you all know that I will be leaving Medellin next week. We're on a restriction right now, basically going off the last number of your ID card. I'm lucky that I have 2 different numbers off 2 different ID cards, so I can pretty much go out whatever I want. But I'm going to go ahead and buy my tickets, and I'm going to go ahead and leave. I need to go ahead and get this stuff done at the VA and then figure out what I want to do from this point. I know I want to be on the West Coast. If I were to stay in the U.S., I'm not looking to go anywhere else. You know, Florida was an option, but I'm just taking that off the list. So it's basically going to be California, Mexico, or possibly Puerto Rico. So I'm just trying to weigh my options right now and figure out the best path for me going forward in order for me to get the full amount of benefits that I'm entitled to. Now, that's not saying that you couldn't live, you know, without these benefits in foreign countries. Hell, I've been doing it for years now, but it's coming to a point as I get older, I see that I need more services from the VA I can only get by being in the States or being in U.S. territories versus being in a country like this where I'm only going to get so much, okay? But all right, guys, that's it for this video. I appreciate everybody watching as always. Until the next time, guys, I'm out.